Yo everybody. Before I get started in this video, I just wanted to give you guys a massive thank you for all of the support on the last video actually. I looked yesterday at it and it said there was 150 views. I woke up this morning and took a peek. There's 420 views on it. And by the time this video posts, I imagine there's probably going to be a little bit more. Um, I was absolutely astounded. I couldn't I didn't even see it coming. So really thank you for all the support on, the last episode, and I hope that you enjoy my content going forward. And if you guys have anything that you'd like to see, drop it down in the comment section and I'll maybe get to it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching and let's get on with the video. Yo. Wow, I just broke my neck. Yo everybody, how's it going? Celestial here, back with some Minecraft survival. Tried to put some energy into that one, not really though, So today, I had a couple, I don't like that, I want to patch that up actually. Today, I had a couple specific ideas that I wanted to try to do. Okay, cool. One of which was fishing. Now I kind of showed you how there's fish in the lakes and that you can collect those fish just by trying to like punch them, but you can also just build a fishing rod. I'm actually gonna build two just because fishing rods don't have too much durability, so it would kind of be a little bit useful to have them. I'm trying to see, there we go, this will probably show me the durability now. Yeah, 64. One thing you might have noticed though is that the durability of this fishing rod went down 2 ticks instead of 1 tick because I didn't land in the water. I actually hit the floor with it. Now this can also happen too if you say hit a mob with the fishing rod, because not only can you collect fish, but you can see my rod is on that cow. If I reel him in, you can kind of see he went flying, but that'll take away a lot more durability. Well, we're at 62, so that took all 5 durability. Now comparably, if we were to go fishing, and fishing, all you gotta do is just go into a source of water, cast it out with right click, and you can see there's all these fish over here, but they don't actually matter. What you're looking for are those bubbles that are coming up closer and closer. At some random point, you'll see a stream of bubbles come towards your bobber. There it comes. Cha-ching, and I got fishy business. I've officially fished up a raw cod. Raw cod is a little bit different than salmon. I believe salmon restores more points. I might be wrong on that. I might pull up some information on it for you guys later to add in, but I believe the expected wait time is anywhere between 5 to 30 seconds that a column of bubbles will start coming towards your bobber. It will definitely happen, but it might take a little while. You can actually get some type of enchantment on your fishing rod though to increase the chance. And we haven't talked about enchantments yet, but I'm hoping I can actually do that a little bit later today. Here comes the column, fish it up, perfect. Oops. But yes, so fishing has changed a lot over the course of Minecraft's development. There we go. It used to be that you could only catch one type of fish, and I don't even think that type of fish is in the game anymore. Unless it is the raw cod, but I don't believe it is, or it's a different texture if it is. But there's an 85% chance when you go fishing that you will catch a fish. So what's the other 15% for? Well, you have a 10% chance of catching what's called junk. And junk is typically lily pads, leather, stuff like that. You can potentially collect junk, and then you have a 5% chance of collecting treasure. Now, treasures are cool because you can collect things like enchantment books, or even other fishing rods and better fishing rods. potentially, which we'll get into. But I'm just gonna be fishing here for a little while, and I'll show you what I get. Oh, now I get it as I'm trying to go inside. Yeah, we just collected a name tag, actually. Name tags are, I believe this counts as trash. Nope, I'm looking right now actually at all the things that are considered treasure and junk, and the name tag is considered a treasure, which is both good and bad because they're one of the better things to fish up. But you know, there are some junk items in here that could be kind of cool, like the lily pad or potentially a bowl. But yeah, typically you'll want to go for the treasures. Not that you have any choice of what you can fish up and what you can't, but yeah, no. I do enjoy fishing in this game, especially when you're, you know, you don't really want to do much right now. You just want to relax. Just go fishing. Fishing is very, very tame. Ooh, pufferfish. But I want to go into how fishing works because there's a couple mechanics that Mojang recently introduced. And if you're an older player and want to try automatic fish farms, I'll tell you now, they don't work. Or at least they don't work as effectively as they used to. I haven't actually found any designs that work, but for some of the newer players who don't know what I'm talking about, there used to be a thing in the game called an automatic fish farm, and basically all you would have is just one block of water right here with like a note block and like an iron trap door, and you would just keep fishing into it, and whenever you would catch a fish, you know, you'd fish it up, you'd get experience points for it, and you had a chance of getting treasure. This was a really, really good way of getting a lot of overpowered equipment early on in the game. However, Mojang recently just changed how that works. So what you need now is a 5x5 square block from the center. So if your bobber is in this block, then you have the chance of collecting treasure. However, I'll show you that you are able to collect fish in a 2x2 area like this. There we go. You see, I was able to collect a salmon from here. However, since this is not a 5x5 area, there's a 100% chance that I will collect a fish. However, because of that, I will never collect any treasure. Also, if you wanted a quick way to fill up an entire area, something you should do is go for the just the diagonal row in the center, and you will have a full thing of source blocks if you have a square. Good tip. But now that we have a 5x5 area, sorry, actually there is one more thing. You need a 5x5 area and 2 blocks deep. So if we do that and try to throw this into the center of it, you'll be able to have the chance of collecting treasure, whereas with that one we would never be able to get treasure. Whee! Of course, you're not going to get treasure all the time, which is why I typically just go for the river, because it's wide enough to get treasure, but it's you know, it's less work than making your own pond. Another point about fishing is that if you fish with solid blocks above you, aka you do not have skylight above, you can have leaf blocks because they're technically transparent blocks, that and glass. But if you have a solid block above where your bobber is, it will take 2 times longer for you to be able to catch a fish than just having skylight above it. Wow, this is taking a while. However, if you have your fishing bobber over the sky, of course you will have a normal time to collect fish. One interesting fact, though, is while it's raining specifically, and it's actually really good time, it's a good thing that it started raining while I was doing that, there is a 20% more, how do I say this? You'll collect a fish 20% faster than you normally would without the rain. So, while it's raining, oh, another name tag, that's awesome actually. While it's raining, it actually could be a good point to go out and go fishing for a little while. Ooh, that's awesome actually, perfect timing. Mending and Luck of the Sea too, wow. Okay, Mending is actually a really good enchantment, especially to have on a fishing rod. What I'm gonna do real quick is I'm actually going to, well, I think I might be okay with it. So, this is our first enchanted fishing rod, and actually you are able to fish up fishing rods, and this one so happens to have 2 different enchantments on it, Mending and Luck of the Sea 2. In my next episode, I'm actually going to be covering enchantments more. I actually made a little bit of a mistake, and I wanted to make this episode dedicated for fishing and enchantments, but I decided that no, instead I should solely go for fishing for this episode, and that's why that just kind of came out of nowhere. And I might have some enchanted tools on me, but I'm going to be covering those in the next episode. For now, actually, we have Mending and Luck of the Sea 2. What Mending does is, whenever you get experience, instead of giving you actual physical experience in your experience bar, instead it will heal the tool. So it's a really good way of mending, per se. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. It's a good way of mending your tool without having to, you know, use an anvil or anything, which are pretty expensive, which I haven't covered yet. And I'm curious. Oh, look at how much durability it just gained from that, because it was at 6, now it's at 15. So I don't have to worry about trying to fix this fishing rod. This is just going to mend itself, and it's inherently better than my 2 fishing rods I have here. So yeah, the second enchantment on this is Luck of the Sea 2, which means I'm more likely to get treasure than I am a fish. There is another type of enchantment that's purely for fishing rods, and that is Lure. You can get Lure 1 or Lure 2, and what Lure does is it gives you a higher % chance of getting a fish faster. I believe it's 20% faster for, 10% for Lure 1, 20% for Lure 2. I'm getting a lot of fish. I mean, what is really good is through fishing, you get a really good source of food. I mean, I cooked some of this up already. I have some cooked salmon and some cooked cod, and now I'm just getting even more of it. So this really is not a bad source of food just for fishing for a little bit. Honestly, fishing in this game is just, it's very relaxing, and it kind of makes me think about a lot of things. So there is this one idea that I have that I want to get my friends together on a server with, and I really want to do within the first couple of days of the launch of the server, where what we do is we all get a fishing rod or 2. We go out to a nearby pond and we just fish, and whoever catches the name tag first wins. That being said, I've been catching a lot of name tags. I think I've caught 2 so far, and normally they're supposed to be a little bit rarer. Oh, I just caught ourselves a saddle. Saddles are awesome, and it's perfect that I caught a saddle because I want to be covering horses soon. And horses need a saddle to be able to control them. So that's absolutely perfect. Sticky keys. That scared me. So while we're on the subject, the skeleton decided to take a little dip into the water to cool off. But yes, while we're on the subject of fishing, there's something that I wanted to show you. Of course, a little while ago, we were collecting fish just by hitting them and getting some salmon like that. That's actually a pretty decent way of getting some salmon. You could fish them up too, But there's something else that you can do with fish in the game, and this requires you to get yourself a bucket. If we get a bucket, if we get a bucket, put some water in it, go up to one of these fish, we can right click on it, and we can actually pick up the bucket of fish. And then we get an achievement, tactical fishing, catch a fish without a fishing rod. It's not like punching them won't do that. So yeah, what I wanted to show you is you can actually pick up fish, and if you right click, you drop the fish in the water. So it's a really cool way of just doing this, and you can collect a lot of fish, and you can make yourself like an aquarium if you want, you know, just something kind of cool for yourself. But if you get rid of the water, the fish will jump on land and eventually die from lack of oxygen. This poor little fishy. I'm not gonna have him do that. I'm gonna catch him before he starts taking damage, but I did just want to show that real quick. So I figured this was actually a pretty good time to show you, just because I accidentally made them. Well, I made them in the last episode thinking that I would have time to show them off, but last episode was just, it was so long that I physically couldn't put that in the episode. It was just, it would just not have been good. So I wanted to actually show that off in this episode. So what exactly am I showing you guys? Well, if we take some cobblestone, we make 2 furnaces. There's a couple different things that we can make actually. So if we take one of our furnaces, surround them with logs, we can make ourselves a smoker. Now, smokers are kind of whoops, that's a furnace. Smokers are kind of awesome. They're very similar to furnaces in a sort of way. But what they do good, or what they do best at, is cooking meat. So the difference between a furnace and a smoker is that a smoker is very specific. It only cooks very specific items, whereas a furnace will cook anything. A smoker will cook meat. And I'll show you this real quick actually. If we get some coal on us, slap some in there, slap some in here. I'm gonna put some raw beef in here, and I'm gonna put some in here, and just notice the difference, how quickly this arrow goes compared to this one. Even though I put something in here first, this already has 2 done. The smoker will will cook items 2 times faster than a furnace will. The only downside of a smoker actually is that you get, I believe it's 2 times less items from a smoker. If I'm not correct, I think that's the case. But yeah, a smoker will cook very specific items. It's only basically all the raw food and stuff. I could even cook up some of this raw cod, turn that into some good stuff. And then the second item that we can make is I'm still searching through all of these instead of just pressing the button once. Yeah, the second item we can make is a blast furnace. Now, blast furnaces are very, very similar to smokers in the sense that they will also cook things twice as quickly, but give you 2 times less experience, or half the experience. That's the technical term for it. And what this does is this actually cooks. Whoops. This will cook ores. It'll cook, you know, your raw iron, your raw gold, all of your raw copper, and trust me, you're going to get a lot of raw copper. I actually had to turn all my copper into blocks just because of how much I had. Because if I turn all this back, look at all this copper. And that's because one raw copper block is just one of these. So it's very worth just turning all of your copper into blocks of raw copper, unless you're going to smelt them. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. I find it honestly, it's really cool that there's now a way of cooking things faster instead of making whole arrays of furnaces, which we honestly still might do. Just honestly for the experience standpoint, because you still do get more experience using a furnace than a smoker or a blast furnace was. Because yeah, that would have bumped me over 30, but you know, since we're so low on, or since we're using the blast furnace, it doesn't quite work that way. And with that, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit that like button for me. It helps me out a lot. And, you know, hit that subscribe if you're not subscribed and you wish to be, alerted to my presence. I don't know who wants that nightmare to deal with, but hey, helps me out. Anyway, again, thank you for watching, and if you would like, I'm gonna have another video coming out very soon. Yeah, I'll catch you on the flippity flop. Bye-bye.